What surprised me the most about this calorie deficit was how much fat dropped off of my back. Now, I know diet, exercise, people talk about it all the time, but actually putting something together myself and seeing results like that, I was like, okay, I found something that works. One thing about me, once I find something that works, I'm finna share it, because I know for a fact at a point I was looking for this information. I was hoping I could find something like this and somebody could help me with this and help me with certain information. That's what this video is for. I'm about to share with you everything that got me right when I wanted to lose weight. I went from 168 pounds to 149 pounds in just 2 months. Now, I was supposed to do it in 3. The first month I failed. Ain't losing nothing. So I had to amp it up the last 2 months to hit my goal at the time I wanted to hit it. I didn't want to change the goal. I wanted to change my effort. And by doing so, I hit my goal and I lost the weight. So let's get into it. For starters, I am a pescatarian, so this meal guide is going to be based off of that. Feel free to change your main source of protein. It doesn't have to be fish or based on what I use. You can do something different or something similar that best fit you. In order to make this meal guide, you will need a pen, a paper, a food scale, some highlighters, and this one is optional, but you can also get a menu cover. This is what the menu cover looks like. Now, I did go ahead and get this from Restaurant Depot, and I think it was less than $1, maybe $3, but it was cheap. I know that for sure. It was cheap, and this made it feel official to me. It made me want to take this way more seriously. I stuck to it and I got it done. Now, if writing it down is like a little bit too much and you're like tech savvy and you want to use your computer, feel free to do so. But me, even though I am tech savvy, I just went ahead and wrote it down, and I just like doing it that way. Whatever's not on this menu, don't put it in your mouth. You can have a cheat day if you want to, but me, I ain't have a cheat day. My taste buds been running wild and free for 26 years. Oh, it was time to put them on lockdown. I sent them straight to jail. That first month when I failed, I took them straight to the hole, and it was in a hole for 2 months. Doing that made me want to just lock in, because I was more aware and more conscious about my decisions. So let's get right into it. Finding a caloric calculator. I'm not gonna do the work for you. I'm not going to suggest one to you. I want you to put in some effort and actually Google it, go online and find a caloric calculator. Now, there's so many out there. Just make sure you find one that is easy to use and that you really understand. Once you find your caloric calculator, go ahead and input all of your information. So it's most likely going to ask you your weight, your age, if you're a female or a male, etc. Just go ahead and fill that information out. Based on the information you entered, your goal, and when you wanted to hit it by, you should know how many carbs, calories, fat, and protein to consume. So what I want you to do is write it down in the top corner of the page and highlight each section with a different color. List out your main sources of protein, carbs, and vegetables. You can rotate between how many sources of protein you'd like. Now, for me, I wanted to do this within 3 months, and I didn't get serious until the 2nd month. So I'm just going to chop it up to 2. I rotated between 5 different sources of protein, and I knew at that point my taste buds was not going to get bored of eating the same thing between 2 months. For my main source of carbs, I went with beans, and oh my gosh, am I a bean girly? No. Do beans mess up your stomach? Yeah. But did I choose beans? Yes. It had the most carbs, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna stick with beans. I'm gonna eat some beans. So with that, I just did 4 different types of beans, and I would just switch them up throughout my meals. And I also did 4 different types of vegetables. For all of my vegetables, I purchased all of them fresh, and what this did was save me a lot of money. Also quality, because you can buy frozen vegetables if you want to, and I also seen something recently about that, so keep your good eyes open when you do. But buying them fresh, that was like one of the best options for me. And then I would just put them in the freezer and save it, and it lasts for about 3 months. You're going to calculate 1 serving size of everything you listed. This would be your carbs, protein, and vegetables. Within your serving size, you're going to list out the calories, the fat, the protein, and the carbs for each and every item. And this is where the color coding comes into place. Here's my example. My goal is to lose 10 pounds in 2 months. In order to do that by the ideal date that that I chose, the calorie deficit calculator told me that I need to consume 150,000 calories, 44 grams of fat, 140 grams of carbs, and 156 grams of protein. So here's what my meal guide, aka menu, looks like for that. I have all of my meals listed with the calories, carbs, fat, and protein for me to hit my goal. As you can see, everything is color coordinated to match its category, making it much easier to follow and calculate. Now here's a few examples of the food that I actually ate during my deficit. I made some pickles and I just put it on the side and I was eating it with my fish and my stuff. Like, oh my gosh, it helped my taste buds, like, ooh, something new, something fresh, something different. Like, it was good. It was really good. But other than that, I really did enjoy the food. I really did like it, and I was sort of getting used to it. And I was like, this is not something that I can continue doing after I hit my goal, but it's something I wouldn't mind doing. And I feel like that's important. Finding something you don't mind doing is much better than forcing yourself into eating or doing something you don't really like. That way, you know for sure you're gonna at least get some type of enjoyment from it. And that's what I wanted. Because if I wasn't gonna enjoy it, I wasn't gonna stick to it. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm sick of this. To heck with it. Like, I don't want it. I also started making these protein bagels, and these protein bagels was so good. Oh my gosh, I'm just reminiscing about it right now. I don't have any at the moment and I need to go make some because now I'm craving a protein bagel. But every morning I will look forward to the bagel. Every morning, every single morning. If you want me to make a protein bagel recipe video, just let me know and I'm gonna drop it. Just in case you're wondering if the taste is like off because of the protein, it ain't off. It don't taste like badoon. These bagels taste so good, and it's so hard to find something with protein in it that actually tastes good. You can meal prep if you want to, and if that'll be easier for you, but me personally, I made my meals fresh every day for lunch and dinner. I just had the time to do that, so I just took advantage of it. I'm just not a fan of meal prepping, and it does come in handy, I'm not gonna lie, but it's just not my thing. And plus, I don't like my food sitting in a refrigerator for days on end waiting to be eaten. That's just a personal preference. To mix it up, for lunch I would have black beans, tilapia, and spinach, and then for dinner I would have cod, black beans, and asparagus. And normally when it came to my beans, I would just have 1 can of black beans per day, so I split it between lunch and dinner. Just as a tip, I did not use any salmon at all during this deficit. Now, I love salmon, but salmon can mess you up on a calorie deficit, so I left it alone. Watch your liquid calories. I feel like this is not spoken about enough because liquid calories could really do you in. You could be doing everything else right, but those liquid calories, they just in the background just plotting. So watch your liquid calories. This applies to beverages, oils, dressings, and just anything that comes in a liquid form. If you can, I would suggest that you try sticking to low calorie beverages or no calorie beverages, because what this does is, one, it'll help you watch your calories that much more, and it will also keep you on top of how many calories you're consuming. And try to use a small amount of oil while you're cooking your food, because like I said before, these liquid calories are in the back plotting on you, and if you don't watch it, they're just going to keep adding up on you. And the same exact thing applies to when you're having a salad. Keep your eye on how much dressing you use, and overall keep your good eye on all of the liquid calories that you consume. Once your menu is created, you got to stick to it and hold yourself accountable. If it's not on your menu, don't consume it. And I know it's easier said than done, and you're going to be tempted sometimes, but just hold yourself accountable and have some discipline, and you will fall in love with the results you get. If you can let your taste buds run free for how many years, you can do this. I know for a fact you can do it because I did it. I do have a video uploaded explaining my whole entire calorie deficit journey, so if you're interested, go check it out, and I will have it linked down in the description box below. You might plateau, and it's okay. It's going to happen. Over time, your body is going to adapt to the new calorie intake, and your progress is going to slow down. This is normal, so if you do see this happening, something is nothing to get discouraged about. It's something that is completely normal. All you have to do to fix this is reduce your calorie intake just a little bit and increase your physical activity. Now, by doing this, yes, you're going to feel more hungry, but you got to fight through it. And when I say physical activity, I'm mainly referring to steps. You want to make sure you're getting your steps in, and I feel like this is something else that might be a little bit slept on, because just getting steps in while having a good diet, come on now, the progress is gonna you'll see. I'll just say that you will see. Once you reduce your calories and increase your daily step goal, you should be able to break out of your plateau and continue making progress like normal. This is something that you might be trying for the first time or something that's completely new to you. Being patient with yourself can go a very long way. If you're interested, I got a walking pad review video, and that personally helped me get my steps in because I like to be outside, and I do get my steps in when I am outside, but not every day. So having that made it so much more easier for me to hit my daily step goal. So if you're interested, I have a link down below and you can check it out. All right, so that's pretty much it for this video. I really do think you're going to get through it, and you're going to push through, and you're going to make so much progress. So don't feel discouraged, don't give up, and just give it your all and just show up for yourself and watch how your body responds. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, anything, just leave it down in the comment section below. I'll be sure to get back to you. And if you want to see any more future videos from me, don't forget to turn on your post notification bell so you get notified each and every time that I post a new video. And with that being said, I'm gonna see you on my next one.